I think the future implications of Ozempic on economy, consumption, like think about what most of consumerism is. It's not stuff that people need. It's like things that people want. It's like a craving, it's impulsivity, it's repeated purchase.
Right.
And that's exactly what GLPs act on. They're not just suppressing appetite, they're suppressing craving in a lot of different ways. And it's like, what happens to a capitalist system when you pharmacologically suppress craving? Like, I want this thing. Well, maybe you don't. Not in quite the same way, because it seems to work on weed. It seems to work on video games. It seems to work on a ton of different behavioral. People don't like wine as much. Okay, so it's not just calories. It's more than that. It's consumerism as well. And I think what happens when you intervene pharmacologically in people's desire to crave is just that is the other side. So AI on one side and fucking GLPs on the other.
Well, they say that some people have different reactions to GLP-1s, right? And some people have a lack of desire for relationships, which is really creepy. Like, you have what is it about? Is it taking away pleasure? Is it taking away excitement? Like, what is it taking away? Like, what stimulation that you're getting by overeating? What is it dulling in the process that also stops drug addictions? Like, it's helping people that have addictions, and it's also helping people that are, that have like impulsive behavior, apparently. I think that's true. Well, but the weird one is the side effects of like relationships. Like, maybe it's craving again.
Maybe it's the same thing. I looked at the study on that came out on X, and people were talking about it. There was some criticism around whether or not that particular pathway in the brain works the way that it would. But if you're suppressing craving overall, that wouldn't surprise me.
No.
If you're making people just want less.
Right. I don't want that at all. Bill Maher was arguing with Scott Galloway on Real Time about that. Galloway was like big on GLP-1s. And there's benefits. I think also the thing is dosage. This is an issue, and this is an issue that's been brought up by compound pharmacies, that there's certain people that don't need a big-ass dose that you're going to get. Like, depending upon your body weight, depending upon your size, they're like a 500-pound man probably needs a different dose than a 135-pound, 5-foot-tall woman.
Is that not being suggested?
I don't think so.
It's not being advised?
I think people are starting to do it through their various healthcare providers and various doctors who have experience with these things that are giving people like smaller doses and less. And then there's the retatrutide stuff. Am I saying that right?
Retatrutide.
Retatrutide. That one is a weird one because that one allows you to keep muscle mass. And that's the big fear that people have, is that you're starving yourself, but you're also losing bone mass and muscle mass.
That's because people who don't have good fitness habits are reducing an already suboptimal diet. They're not eating well, and now they're eating less of not well. They're still not training, which means what happens, because I think about 90% of people that go on GLPs and then come off them gain the weight back. So it's you don't
change your behavior.
You don't change your behavior, but you lose muscle on the way down and gain fat on the way back up.
Right.
So if you end up back at the same weight that you were previously, your composition's worse. And that's really concerning, because you're basically locked in to use them for the rest of time, if that's the case, if you can't use something else to fix it.
I know that they were using different things. Like, they were using IGF-1 along with GLP-1s to mitigate the bone density and muscle tissue loss. But the reality of having less calories coming in than coming out is your body's going to eat itself. I mean, that's what's happening.
Which is why you need to do resistance training.
Yeah, you have to. You have to lift heavy weights. I'm not heavy, but you have to lift something so you develop bone density. And this is a giant problem with older people that have never lifted anything, is that their body composition is just, they might look normal, but they're made out of dough. You could just punch right through them. And if they fall down, they're going to get hurt, man.
That's snapped.
When people get older, like, one of the main ways that people die is falling.
What happens? They hit their head?
They hit their heads. They slip in the shower. They slip in the bathtub. They hit their heads. They break a hip. When you break a hip, man, the odds of you living more than 10 years reduce drastically. A lot of it is also because at the time that you're breaking a hip, you're probably
Old already.
old already. But there's like real data that show that once people have fallen and broken a hip, like that's a catastrophic injury that you got to think of all the resources that your body has to use and employ in order to heal that. And then there's the compromise in movement that you're going to have for a long time.
You're not going to be able to walk.
Right.
You're going to need assistance.
You're not going to have the same vitality. You're going to be recovering. You're going to be exhausted. People with Alzheimer's disease are substantially higher risk of falling. Wow. Falls can be fatal, especially if they can cause a hip fracture, head injury, or complications from hospitalizations or immobility. Research indicated that 60 to 80% of older adults with Alzheimer's experience a fall, more than twice the rate in cognitively normal peers.
There's a news story that came out recently, Jamie, about a woman who survived for 8 days in a bathtub after she fell. Sure.
Oh my God.
Insane. So had a tumble and wasn't found. I don't know what the fuck she was doing in order to be able to stay alive. I guess if you're in a bathtub, you've got some water.
Yeah,
but
peeing in the tub and drinking the water.
And hoping for the best.
82 years old. It was 9 days, actually, it says.
Oh my God.
She drank water. She managed to splash up onto her face by turning the faucet on with her foot.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
9 days
9
in a
days
fucking
is
bathtub.
Crazy. How'd she not die of hypothermia?
I guess you could heat yourself up. Just got to run the water.
I guess. I mean, is she that good at turning the knobs with her feet? that she could scald herself to death? What the fuck, man?
Mountain home, rural mountain, North Carolina.
Oh my God, that poor lady. Let's get her on the podcast.
And she survived?
Get her on the podcast, Jamie, before Chris does. Poor lady, we probably have to go to her.
Fuck.
Probably have to go to the Appalachians.
That is insane.
Fuck, man. There's people that get through some shit.
I was looking at the studies of how long people have stayed awake for. Like that gets really fucking gnarly because people go into psychosis. That's that Lindsay Clancy case thing that's going crazy at the moment. A lot of that is because of supposedly sleep deprivation, her on a lot of antipsychotics, etc., etc. But you don't need to keep people awake for that long to turn them insane. If you're awake for a couple of days, I think all fucking hell breaks loose, which is why those backyard ultras just seem so deranged. Do you think, how are you even able to apply effort to what it is? How are you able to make decisions about whether you need food or sleep or rest or to go harder or to give up?
They all have hallucinations. They all see things that aren't there. Like Courtney Dauwalter, she won the, what'd she win, the Bigfoot? Is that what she won?
I think
when she came on?
Yeah, but...
She beat the second place dude by 10 hours or something crazy. Imagine you come in second place and you're second place by 10 hours.
Yes.
Because
maybe half a day.
The race is 3 days long. 3 days of hell.
Well, the crazy thing about endurance is that as you get longer and longer, the difference between the sexes starts to even out. And I think in water, it evens out even quicker because women are more buoyant. Over distances, women are better swimmers.
Makes sense. I sink like a rock.
You don't have the build for swimming.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, no, you don't have the build.